Good day everybody, wherever in the world you are. And today I want to talk to you about basically being human. I've spoken about parts of this before, but I want to be clear that you see a lot of things on social media where people seem to be doing extremely well and their life seems to be running very well. And of course, everybody has periods in their life where it goes well, hopefully, but no person escapes without having challenges, without having things that go wrong, without having relationships that you got to work at. And this is just normal. And anybody who pretends that their lives are absolutely perfect, I can guarantee you it's messy somewhere. I remember traveling with a Swedish player many years ago, and we all had this in our Bjorn Borg sort of Mats Wilander days, that the Swedish players, very little emotion on court, and they all just could handle the pressure so well. And I was playing doubles with this guy and we started to room together, and I thought, well, I'm about to room with God, because he was a very good player and he just seemed to have it absolutely all together. Boy, after 2 weeks of traveling together and living together, I realized, oh my goodness, on the tennis court he was far more together than he was in life, and there were lots of things going on with his girlfriend and all sorts of things, and the way he was so disorganized and all of that. He had plenty of things to work on. So normal life for everybody. We all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses, we all have our challenges, and we keep working at them to try and improve. But I don't think you should ever work at them in a way of feeling like, oh, I'm a failure, that somehow there's something wrong with me because I seem to have more problems to deal with. I'm going to give you a little example because Luke Johnson is going to be coming on this podcast next week. He's somebody that I've worked with for many years. He was at the Bath Academy and has done a fantastic job. And mentally, he had his real struggles in getting very tough on the court, but he did it. He's now 33 in the world. He won his first 500 this year and just made the quarterfinals of the French Open and lost in 3 sets there. So really doing great things. On the year, him and his partner, Sandra Aarons, are 11 in the world, so they're doing brilliantly, challenging to finish in the top 8 for the year. Get on the court at Queen's and he slips, falls on his wrist, it's fractured, and he's probably going to be out for up to 10 weeks. That means no Wimbledon, where they would have been seeded for the first time. Great opportunity to really make inroads. The whole lead up to the US Open, which is the 500 in Washington, the 2 1000s in Canada and Cincinnati, into the US Open. Hopefully he will be ready for the US Open. But can you imagine the setback that is for somebody who's really flying and on the move? But what else can he do other than make a choice as to how he's going to deal with it? And I'm sure on Monday he will give you some indications as to the mental strength that he has now to be able to see this as something that he has to get through, obviously, and that it's not going to deter him from his ultimate goals, and it's just going to delay him. The other thing that's important, that during this period, while he's out, he will still be able to work on certain things because it's his left wrist, so he can still hit balls with his right hand and practice volleys and practice hitting ground strokes. On the forehand side, in a little while he'll be able to probably toss the ball up and be able to serve. That'll be a little further down the track, but also do other things in life that he can pursue that he wouldn't normally have the time to do, and that's a healthy way of dealing with it. So for instance, some of the physical work doesn't involve the left arm. He can maybe get better at certain aspects of, and mentally he can read more books and keep himself active that way, and maybe pursue 1 or 2 other hobbies that he doesn't normally have the time to do. I don't know how he's going to do it exactly. We will talk about it, and it'll be a fascinating interview. So I hope to see you here next week and listen to the day that I interview Luke Johnson, and of course he will turn the tables on me and interview me the week after. Getting back to a summary of what I've just spoken about, things not turning out is not failure. It's being human. And as long as you keep getting back on the horse and don't feel sorry for yourself too long, and remember that everybody, no matter how successful they are, has their own individual struggles. Because just because somebody's very good at one thing doesn't mean they're very good at every part and every aspect of their life. And when you realize that, life overall is fantastic, but it's also messy for everybody, and we all just doing our best to manage things as well as we can and try as much as possible to enjoy every day as much as you can and find ways to be content with what you have, and always with an eye to improving things for yourself and for those around you. Thank you very much, and speak again next week.